any new arrivals, returnees, or any departures? Do we have any movement at all in the bay?
Noeta.
Noeta, good morning. Oh my God, welcome back. That's so beautiful. I'm so glad you guys are back.
Hi everyone and welcome aboard. We are Pat, Alexa, and Gilligan the fat boat cat. We live aboard our 57-foot Nordhavn Noeta, and recently we crossed the Sea of Cortez to arrive in one of our favorite fishing villages, La Cruz de Huanacaxtle. So today we'll check in with the port captain, share some plans for our upcoming haul out, break down all the mileage, costs, and data from our 9-day voyage from the Baja, and even explain why we have a dance battle in our aft cockpit to the Beastie Boys.
Please make sure you're on high power for the duration of the net. Good morning, La Cruz Anchorage and Marina La Cruz.
You gonna check in?
Noeta.
A flat doodle?
Oh, shit.
Good morning, Sarah. Do we have any new arrivals, returnees, or any departures? Do we have any movement at all in the bay?
Noeta.
Noeta, good morning.
Hey Kat, good to hear your voice. Hey, Noeta is back in the bay after being up in the Sea of Cortez for the last 6-7 months, and we will be in the bay for the summer. This will be our 8th summer here. We're on Dock 4. Come say hi.
Oh my God, welcome back. That's so beautiful. I'm so glad you guys are back. Oh my goodness. Sorry, any other movements on the bay?
For the weather for the first part of the week. Local forecast. The highs will be in the low 60s, and the lows will be in the mid 40s. Wait, sorry. That is for Anacortes, Washington, where I am right now. In the bay, the next couple highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, and the lows will be in the mid 70s. Humidity is climbing, so is the feels like temperature. There's little chance of rain. Winds are light, but you might see some light caps in the eastern part of the bay in the afternoons. Skies are expected to be clear. Storms. Nothing expected for the next 7 days, according to the National Hurricane Center.
All right, everyone, with that, have a wonderful Monday. And don't forget, our next morning net will be on Wednesday. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Now this is Max there, on 22 Alpha, Marina La Cruz.
All right, day one in the cruise on the mainland, and we had to hit our very favorite restaurant, the Huanacaxtle, sitting over there. And now we're gonna go find the port captain. And
You know where he is.
okay, we know where he is. We're gonna go check in, as you should do at any port in Mexico that you get to. You check in when you get here, and then we've got to go to the office, pay some bills so that we can actually stay here, and say hi to all our folks over there. And then we got to clean this boat a little bit. Hello, lookers. Yeah,
Because there's a bunch of bird shit.
bunch of bird shit, birds. Anyway, that's our first day in La Cruz. Here we go. Okay, I'm coming back. What you got there?
Prop speed.
Prop speed.
So the prop goes fast.
Our kiddo painted this mural maybe like 5 years ago. Does that sound right, Pat? And it's still here. Look how nice that looks.
Where are we going now?
Going to the port captain. Hola, buen día. Port captain right down by the fish market in La Cruz. Give him our papers that we got from Loretto when we checked out.
Yeah.
And see what else he wants.
You never know.
All right, we're all checked in. I'll give you details on that check-in because we learned a few things during that one, even though we've checked in here probably 82 times. We are right by the shipyard now because it's right next to the port captain in La Cruz. And we are going to be back here in about 3 weeks to haul out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will be back here now to go check in with the office.
No problem.
Hola, buen día. They also have a fuel dock here if you need it.
They have good fuel. I don't know what the price is right now, but
I don't either.
we've bought lots of fuel here, and it is good quality.
Yeah, it's just they do have a lot of turnover, so
Yeah.
you know it's getting used. But fuel dock, everything's easy access here.
Yeah, lovely, lovely place.
All right, so there were a couple of differences this time when we checked in with the port captain. I always take everything from the last port and then the binder of just other copies of things just in case, and it turned out to be kind of handy because this time, not only did they ask for the form from the last marina, the last port captain, which was in Laredo, they also wanted our boat insurance. That's a first in 8 years. No port captain has ever asked for that. And then they also wanted photocopies of our passports, which only happened when we entered Mexico. So that's not been typical, but we did have that in here. What has changed is the Navy is now in control of all the port captain's offices. And while there was a lot of back and forth for a number of years as to whether you had to check in, was it just a courtesy? Was it the law? And technically, we understood there was a law that you don't have to. It's just a courtesy. We have always checked in and out of everywhere we go to in Mexico. We found out recently that it is absolutely necessary that you check in and out. A friend was charged a lot of money for not checking out of one of the port captain areas when they tried to check into a new port captain. So if you come to Mexico, the Navy no longer considers it a courtesy. You do have to check in and out. And just bring copies of everything. We happen to have our insurance in here. We happen to have our passports in here. We have copies of our resident cards. We have copies of everything just in case. So it was handy that we did. It wouldn't have been a big deal if we didn't. We could have returned to our boat, gotten it, and come back to the port captain. But those were new as of 2026. So those of you coming down, just know that. So we're just walking through our little favorite town, and we have a chaperone today. It's like we may have a dog at least for the afternoon.
If you pet a street dog in Mexico, you now own.
You own it. But I didn't even pet him.
You didn't pet him.
I just said really nice words to it.
Yeah.
And I told him how pretty he was.
But don't pet a street dog.
But now we have one. Here he is. Here she is. Here. She's gonna walk us all the way through town. All right, one of the nice things about being in a community like La Cruz in this marina is it has a really strong cruiser community. There's always things going on, whether you want to go to a yoga class or a pool volleyball or take a Spanish lesson. Here in La Cruz, the cruiser community helps coordinate that. Today, we have a floating cleanup. This is something we actually started during COVID. We volunteered with Sea Shepherd while they were here, and so one of the things we did with Sea Shepherd is we'd get out on kayaks and dinghies and rowboats and paddleboards and just go pick up trash around the marina. Now, it's not that this marina is specifically people are throwing trash or anything in, but it collects from the bay and from outside and comes down from the rivers, and so we do end up with some trash in this marina. Least we can do is help get it out of the water. So that's what we're gonna go do this morning. All right, doing well. Been out here about 15-20 minutes. This is what I got so far. But there are a few other people out here, so a lot of people doing good out here. But afraid there's more to go get. I have a feeling this buoy marker may be in the wrong spot. What do you guys think? Or at least a channel marker. The channel marker may be in the wrong spot. Can't pick up that trash. Oh, Mexico. We were looking for that the other day when we came into the channel. Fortunately, we know this area really well, but this channel marker might just be in the wrong spot. It's 4 feet deep here. So today is Festival del Viento, which is a good name for today. Festival of the Wind, nice and windy today for these hundreds and hundreds of kite surfers out here today in our little town of La Cruz de Huanacaxtle. These people come from all over the place to come cruise across the bay today. So kind of cool festival, and they have good wind. What you doing in my galley?
Kind of dry fitting our through hole for our new air conditioning through hole. So we got our strainer basket and hand me the fancy lid.
Fancy. That's the technical term for this.
This goes here so you can connect a hose and flush it. We'll have put valves on it. So there'll be a valve for the through hole, then here. So you can close this valve, put hose in, it'll backflow out of the through hole, or you can close this, leave this open, and it'll flush out the air conditioning. Very cool. It's a very cool little thing. You can make these too, but I'm lazy, and they make it for you. So we got a through hole. We're gonna drill a hole and put this through the hole.
Is this the new through hole?
The new through hole for the air conditioning. Got it long because we'll probably have to cut it down. The hole's about, I don't know, 2 inches thick, maybe 3.5 inches, I don't know. So we went a little longer. And then you can cut it. And then the important part when you cut it, you always have the backing bolt on, and then you just unscrew it and it'll fix the threads for you. And that'll be that. And now I just need to go down and kind of figure out where this thing's gonna actually go. There's a bunch of different spots. You don't want to mount it so it's really close to the shaft alley. There's one spot I have in mind, but the biggest issue, that's also where the 2-inch through holes are, which feed the sea chest. And so you need the space to actuate that valve, this valve, and then also need space for, like, this is the clamshell that'll go outside. I have a bigger one, but it's probably gonna end up being this one just because of space. And this, you put this on, it just keeps from sucking, like, I guess, big stuff in there, kind of. I mean, we haven't had great luck with any of the stuff down here, like sucking trash bags up and whatnot. So, yeah.
Let's go find a spot.
We gotta go find a spot.
All right. Okay, that would have been spot choice number 1 you would have wanted.
Number 1. And we're gonna redo these two. They're original.
We're replacing those through holes.
Yeah, so we're gonna replace all of it and put in new gear. Okay.
It's awful big.
What's that?
It's awful big.
What is
The
this?
strainer basket.
I know. Well, that's the problem. See, I'm not sure it's gonna work. We can put the through hole here. I'm gonna be able to actuate both of them. I'd be happy.
Same time.
I'd be happy with that. Then the question is, where do we put the basket? I was hoping it would fit down here, but you can see
And why won't it fit there? Oh, because
this,
handle out here.
this, and you gotta be able to
Actuate the handle.
easily actuate.
It's not going to work there because this handle can't
It goes
actuate
down.
down. So, find another spot.
Now that we're tucked into La Cruz on the mainland, we've had some time to look over the stats and data from our 9-day voyage that brought us here from Marina Puerto Escondido near Loreto. So here is our voyage by the numbers.
In 9 days total of traveling, we went a total of 538 nautical miles from Puerto Escondido to La Cruz.
We put 60 hours on the main engine, and it took 305.04 gallons of diesel to do that. Plus, we used around another 50 gallons of generator fuel for our air conditioner and to charge up our batteries.
And we made water.
We
averaged about 8.7 knots. We burned, on the main engine, we burned 5.084 gallons an hour on the main engine, which gave us 1.76 nautical miles per gallon on the main engine.
We used a total of 355 gallons of fuel, which is 1,344 liters. That's important to know because we bought our fuel at liters, paying pesos per liter. So, when we bought fuel, it was 32 pesos per liter, which came to 43,008 pesos. In US dollars, that comes to a whopping $2,474.
When you break that down, that's around $4.60 per nautical mile. Other fun facts, we hit 6 anchorages with 8 nights at anchor. We started 1 night at Agua Verde, 1 night at Punta Prieta, 1 night at Ricon, 1 night at Evercito, 2 nights on the lovely island of Isla Partida, and our last 2 nights were spent at Muertos on the Baja.
Here's the fun part. Caught 5 fish, 2 awesome puffers, 2 incredible triggerfish, and that 1 Dorado. Womp womp.
That got away.
That got away.
In case you missed it, we had a total of 2.5 backflips into a dinghy.
We had 1 fisherman came up and sold us 3 scallops and 1 lobster.
The engine room sat at an average of 113 degrees. There were times when it was higher and there were times it was lower, but that was the average.
Overall, we had 4 boat issues. We had the fuel pressure regulator valve that was giving us crazy pressures that we repaired at Muertos. We had the dreaded sea chest and the air conditioning, which shut down the generator and the air conditioning twice. Changed 1 fuel filter en route, and finally the windlass did overheat on us twice.
All of which we either have already fixed or we're in the process of fixing.
Yeah.
We had 20 hitchhikers, 15 of which were brown-footed boobies, 3 very dead squid, 1 trumpet fish, also dead, and 1 flying fish that made it all the way back to La Cruz with us.
Also dead.
Also dead.
And here's the exciting part. We didn't lose a single drone in the shooting of this passage.
Got lots of great drone footage, but none were lost. We did 4 lives on YouTube that were lots of fun as we chatted with members. One of them did end in us having a dance battle to a Beastie Boys tune live on YouTube. We may never recover.
At the end of the cruise, it was 37 hours from Muertos to La Cruz. That was 312 nautical miles. And here's the part of, you look at all the costs, all the numbers, it was priceless.